the larger schools, there was not a fall season. They are playing a compacted spring season. And a young man that is making the most of his opportunities to play this spring for the Indiana Hoosiers is Victor Bezerra. I think I have to get to a second hand now to count the number of goals he has had in a limited number of matches. Most importantly, the team got a win earlier this week against the lone team that had beaten them so far this year in Northwestern, that by a score of 3-0. And Victor, kind enough to join us on the show now. Good morning, buddy, and congratulations on the great start to your season. How you doing?
Doing great. Thank you for having me.
Just how strange is it to be talking about playing the Big Ten season in the months of February, March, and into April?
Yeah, it's very different. Obviously, I'm a sophomore, so it's only my second year. But yeah, it's very different. It's fun having very competitive games in this time of the year when it's heating up in Bloomington. So good times.
Something that you're not exactly used to during the regular season. Maybe you'll see teams in the conference tournament or you'll see teams in the NCAA tournament. You don't get a chance to have the revenge factor too often. You got that against Northwestern on Tuesday. What was it like seeing them for a second time this year?
Yeah, it was great. For me personally, the first time we played Northwestern, I had an injury on my knee, so I had limited minutes, and it was great to have that second round with them. We knew we were a better team. We knew that we didn't play what we're capable of in the first game, so there's more excitement to play that second game more than anything else.
All right, so with that, I gave people the idea about how many goals you have scored. To be specific, that is 6 so far in terms of 6 matches played. What has been the key for you to have such a wonderful start to this season?
Yeah, I think there's been we have a very intricate and very difficult to read offense. We have many super strengths, as we like to call it. And I've been having great service from our wingers, from the midfield to thankfully getting me the ball, and due to the amount of work that I put in week in, week out, I've been able to finish a good amount of them. But 100% credit to the team for helping me get in those positions.
Well, again, this is not completely unexpected because you were the leading goal scorer a year ago, but that was 8 and 21 matches played as compared to 6 and 6 matches played. When you're on a run like that, do you try not to think about it? How do you kind of handle the mental side of things?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to think about it. You just want to continue playing and doing whatever's best for the team. That's the best way to keep yourself going. Not think about what's going on outside of soccer or all the accolades. It's more about what can I do to help the team. And if it's to score goals or give assists, then that's what I'll do. And it's more about the opportunity that presents itself within the game. And recently there's been opportunities for me to finish, and I have been. So the main thing is not to think about all of that and just focus on every moment and every opportunity that you have.
Again, Victor Bezerra, our guest here on Soccer Saturday on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. Hoosiers now 6-1 in their shortened spring season. We'll talk more about what's coming up in the near future for the Hoosiers coming up in just a matter of moments. Just how odd has this been? Again, I talked about how odd it is to play in the spring, but my guess would be in your young life and soccer career, you've never had a year and a half gap between competitive matches. What was it like in the fall just training and not actually getting to play somebody else?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've never, you hit the nail right on the head. I've never had that long of a period without playing an official game or competing against people that are outside of my team. So, I mean, it was completely different. It was basically months on preseason. And it was interesting, but I think the way that we handled it here at Indiana was fantastic. We almost made a in-team competition, in-team season, if you will, and we played against each other on specific days as if we're in tournaments and in regular season games. So doing that, I had a very good fall season. I was scoring a lot, and it's transferred over to the spring that we're having right now. So absolutely, it was a different. It was very different having to train against the same people, but it definitely helped us, where we are today.
All right, so let's talk about a guy that you haven't trained with since the fall, because that's when he decided to leave college early and come be a pro, and he came back to the Indy 11. How close to tabs you keeping with Josh Penn these days?
Yeah, Josh is one of my best friends. I've known him since way back when. I've been playing with him since I was 11. He's a great friend of mine, and I talk to him on a daily basis. He's doing well out there at Miami. For sure, he's loving it.
Have you started to kind of think about when that next step is going to be for you, or are you trying to put that off at least until the end of the spring?
Yeah, I mean, there are opportunities that are presenting itself. I'm in constant communication with teams, but right now my focus is Indiana, 100%. It's whatever I can do best for the team. But yeah, again, there are teams reaching out. There is a lot of interest, but I only use that as motivation for my next games here at Indiana.
All right, so literally you have 2 more games left to go. In the interest of clarity, we're taping this on Thursday, even though it's going to be airing here on Saturday morning. So as you folks are listening to this, Victor's got a game against Michigan coming up this afternoon. What do you expect against the Wolverines next time out?
Yeah, Michigan's very good. We respect the team a lot, but we're also coming off of a very important win. We're confident. We know what we have. All of our players are healthy, if not getting back to full health. So we're in a good stretch here, and we're all very focused. And we take it one game at a time, and that's how we're just going to take our next one.
A lot of people that are getting to play a spring season, again, you're not going to play as many matches as you normally would. Yet you still get to play for a championship. There is a Big Ten tournament. There is going to be an NCAA tournament to add to that Big Ten tournament championship list, to try to add a star to the logo of IU men's soccer. What do those opportunities mean to you?
Yeah, they mean everything to me. That's the whole reason why I came to IU is to help and add more to the legacy that's already here. That's the whole reason why a player wants to become an Indiana men's soccer player. And that's what we're going to be chasing. We're always chasing it, and we know that this year is as important as any other year. That's the way we take it, and all of our players are giving their 100% day in and day out.
Again, Victor Bezerra, 6 goals, 6 games. His Hoosiers are 6-1. They take on Michigan coming up this weekend. Next weekend, it's Maryland. Then it is on to the Big Ten tournament. Buddy, thanks for the time today. We'll look forward to tracking your career wherever it may take you after this spring. But best of luck in keeping this run going. Hopefully we'll catch up with you again real soon.
I appreciate that. Thank you for having me.
The Hoosiers have been awfully impressive, even with that one loss against Northwestern that Victor did not play in. In that game, they lost the Wildcats 1-0. In every other game, Indiana has scored at least twice. They have outscored their opponents so far this year by a margin of 18-2. And as far as the Big Ten standings go, the Hoosiers are atop, both in terms of total points, in terms of 18,